Welcome to Haunted Homebodies, where Halloween isn't just a day, it's a lifestyle. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Sarah, and we're your guides through the delightfully dark corners of comfort horror. Grab your hospital gowns and your hunting knives.
It's time to look behind you. Come on, dude. Look behind you. That was my best Mindy.
I really appreciate how many of these listeners, you should know that Ashley writes 95% of these and they're excellent. And I love how many of them are like straight up quotes that you like really like act out. You like really put yourself into them.
Don't put that pressure on me. Don't put that pressure on me.
I think you do great. I love it.
I try to just make it at least recognizable. That's about the amount of acting I can do.
I think you succeed in that greatly.
Thank you. You're so supportive. I love it.
That's what we're here for. We're struggling tonight, guys. We're struggling.
Yeah, we're crashing out, but here to talk about Scream 5. That's the one we're on, right? Scream? It's called just Scream.
Scream 5. Oh, yes, it's just called Scream. Yes, which, okay.
Confusing.
When I went to go find it, and, I just searched Scream in Paramount Plus, I accidentally watched, like, quite a few minutes of Scream 6 because the logo for Scream 6 just says Scream, but it has like IV built in, VI built into the M. So it just looks like it's Scream. And I knew this one was just called Scream. Anyway, I was a little annoyed, but I recovered.
Now we're supposed to like remember Roman numerals again. And
had I not previously seen Scream 5 like several months ago, I would have watched all of Scream 6 and not realized. But at some point I was like, okay, this really doesn't look familiar.
I love the opening of Scream 6 though.
Yeah, well, now I've seen it.
Oh gosh.
No, I did. I got to the face reveal.
Oh,
yep. That was when I was like, no, this is not right.
That was one of my favorite moments in the franchise. All right. Well, you had a weird experience with that. Okay. Anyway, before we get into Scream 5, we are excited to announce that we are going to have some paid subscriber content finally on Substack. Finally, after all this.
So legit.
I know, it's exciting. So, I mean, we haven't really made a clear plan for this, but we have a bonus episode that we'll be doing for Scream. And I anticipate for like each of our themes, we'll probably have like one bonus episode that will just be like behind a small paywall on Substack, throw $5 at us. And then you get to hear us yak more.
Yeah.
Yak, yap, whatever the kids say. I say yak, but it's definitely yap. We're yapping. That's what the kids say.
I prefer yak. I also feel like, inspired by today, we should just have a compilation of all of the like absolutely nutty things we talk about before we start our opening line that I have to cut out of the episode.
Yeah. It's very strange. Like, I'm sure people are like think that we just banter about the most random shit, but like you're not hearing the half of it.
You don't even know.
You don't even know. This is the edited down best of the banter.
Yes.
We can throw at you.
So we'll make you pay for the worst of it. This is a great plan.
That's true. This is for the true fans. The true fans give us $5 to hear us just go completely off the wall. That would be a good bonus of it'll be like a bloopers reel.
Yes. Yeah, see, we're onto something here.
Well, we'll see. We'll get back to that.
Okay. Well, love this announcement, but before we start talking about the movie today, I wanted to bring us back to the thing we just cannot let go of this season, which is Stranger Things. Yeah. I believe in every non-Stranger Things episode we've talked about Stranger Things, and I had new Stranger Things to talk about today.
Okay, hit me.
Okay, so first of all, I have known for years now that Joe Keery is also a musician, but I have never listened to any of his stuff. He's like been blowing up recently, and I read something and I was like, oh, like this, I might actually like this. I listened to his music and I really enjoyed it, which is not all I'm saying. I enjoyed his music, but then also I finally learned how to pronounce his stage name.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
Which all it took was a simple Google.
Yeah, same.
Which I just haven't done.
Wait, what were you calling it in your head before knowing?
In my head, it was DJO.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was calling it Dojo. Dojo. I was, like, adding in, like, letters and sounds. I'm so notoriously bad at this. It made me think of when I was reading the first Harry Potter book, and I would pronounce, Hermione as Hermy-one in my
Yeah, I mean, how could any of
Hermy-one.
us have known that one? It was
I've never heard
wild.
anyone else think that it was Hermy-one, though. Everyone laughs at
That's a
me.
pretty good one. Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
how it's spelled, okay?
Yeah.
That
Okay,
is my only
so
fond memory of Harry Potter now. Uh,
RIP that wonderful childhood association.
yep.
Okay, so for our listeners who have not yet Googled it, so his stage name is DJO, is how it's spelled, those 3 letters. It's just pronounced Joe.
Joe.
It's just Joe.
And it's because that's how it should sound or how it's supposed to be pronounced or, like, what was his reasoning? It was, like, something
There's, like,
just the
another
sound
musician, I
Joe?
think, whose first name was Django with
Oh,
DJANGO,
okay, okay.
and so that inspired him, but then also because, yeah, it's just his name,
Yeah, this
Joe.
is where, like, the little AI blurb failed me, where I was like, "Excuse me,
Oh,
what? That's not
I
how you
watched
pronounce
a
Joe."
I watched a little video of him
Okay.
explaining it. It was
You went
helpful.
further than than
I
I
went
did.
deep. I
But
went
I
deep.
enjoy his music too, and
I
Joe.
know.
It's just
Yeah.
Joe. Just
Just
Joe.
Joe. Just Joe. I'm sure we're not alone in not knowing how to pronounce that, but maybe we have educated
It's like a little
some new
PSA.
people here. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah. And then my other Stranger Things thing was that
it.
Finn Wolfhard hosted SNL last week and it was really
Right?
cute. Gaten Matarazzo and Caleb, oh no, what's his last name?
Oof.
Who plays
Don't know.
Lucas? No, I gotta look it up. That's too rude
Yep.
of me.
This is this is your role,
Yeah.
knowing the names of
Um,
people.
and Caleb McLaughlin
Mhm.
were so Gaten Matarazzo and Caleb McLaughlin were also there. And they did like his opening monologue with him, and then they did it was like one of the videos they do, and it was the secret unreleased episode of Stranger Things that everyone
Uh,
thought was dropping.
oh, man.
And one of it, it was like Mike, because he was a writer, moved to New York City, and it was Mike in the City, like Sex and the City, and it was so funny, honestly.
So, I had a few minutes, I was ready sitting here, a few minutes before you came on, so I was like I saw this in the notes, and I was like, "I should watch a clip of this." And I watched
I
it, and oh my god, it's so, like, I don't know if I was ready for that turn. It is,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
absurd. The whole thing. So, I have to be so for real and tell you that, like, stand-up comedy and just comedy in general, especially, like, unscripted, just, like, it makes me so uncomfortable. Makes me
It's
so
weird.
uncomfortable because, like, you know, when it's funny, it's so good and it's so great and it's just it's delightful. And then when it's not, it, like, makes me wanna crawl out of my body and into, like, a ditch and never come out. I'm so
Oh,
uncomfortable when
no.
people are trying to be funny and then not funny, and oh, yeah. So, like, I've never been a fan of SNL. And then also, like, the thing about comedy too is, like, a lot of it is, it could be, like, controversial, right? It's like, it's okay because
It's
it's a joke.
true.
So, they're just, like, walking lines all the time of, like, "Am I gonna offend people or not?" It's like that also makes me uncomfortable 'cause it's just, like, a thing that, like, I'm always thinking about. It's like, I don't wanna hurt anyone's feelings. And it's just, like, so many things where it's just like, "Ooh, I don't know about that one. I don't know." But no, this one, it was pretty funny. I did enjoy it 5 minutes ago, so I don't think I've had enough time to process, but I'm stuck on something else I saw. It was like, I don't know, have you watched the documentary, the, like, whatever they released on Netflix? I, like, got booted out of my mom's Netflix
No.
account. I haven't
Oh,
been able to
no.
watch anything.
No, I have not watched it yet. I just, like, saw too much internet commentary on it, and I'm not ready.
Yeah, so I've seen, like, I think I'm assuming what I'm seeing on Instagram is, like, clips of it parsed together,
Mhm.
and it's discussions with, like, the Duffer Brothers, and I don't know who else was in their little think tank trying to make the decisions and stuff, and it was, like, someone, you know, one of them commenting, not the Duffer Brothers, someone else commenting, like, in the abyss, like, it would just be ridiculous. Like, we have to have the monsters. Like, there's got to still be demogorgons and bats and other things. And one of the Duffer Brothers just like, kind of like, I don't know, and like clearly like they didn't have any of that. It was something. I think the name of the reel was like Duffer Brothers like ruining the series core or something. And it was just like all of them just like bringing up all the things that we were like, I don't know about that. And then like you're watching them
Yeah.
discuss it, being like, oh, we never wrote the season 8 finale. And like, I don't know.
This is
It's not that
exactly why I
serious.
haven't
You don't want to
watched.
watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. You're like,
Yeah.
I will release the apology tour being like, everything's fine. You did great. But it is
Yeah.
fine. And they did it's fine. It is
It's
what it
fine.
is.
It
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 is
happened.
what it is.
That
Yeah, we're all still
particular piece of
digesting.
media is done. Yes.
Yeah, for better or
Yeah, we're
for
still
worse.
digesting and still talking about it
Yeah.
literally every week. This is now when is this episode going to come out? This episode will come out on February 19th, so we will be 7 weeks past when
Okay, that's
when
not really
Stranger
fair to
Things
us.
finish.
We're 23 days past finishing it when we're recording this. Don't do us like that. This is still within it's been less than a month. We're still within our rights to be talking about
That's
this.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also like the crux of our podcast, so I feel fine about
Yeah.
it. But you
Yeah.
know what else is the crux of our podcast?
Scream!
Scream.
You love a good transition now. I love
I
it.
do.
I love
I
it. I
do.
love it. Okay, I'll intro Scream because usually I write like stupid stuff in here and then you're like, you have to say this, ma'am. Okay, Scream 5 was released on January 14th, 2022. So another 11 whole ass years between installments. That's kind of wild. What
That's a
were we?
long
I
time.
mean, thank goodness because we'd be on what, like Scream 27 if we were like
It would be
still
like the
cramming them
stab
in.
movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
truly. This installment is rated 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb. On Rotten Tomatoes, we've got an 82% audience score and 76 for the critic score. The time of our recording, it's currently streaming on Paramount Plus. So I'm not going to ask you your first experience watching the movie because it was with me. I
You
know I
were
was there.
there.
For some reason, though, I feel like that was a really bad idea to watch a new movie because, like, we hadn't seen each other in a long time and we were visiting, and, like, think we talked through, like, almost all of it and, like,
Well,
kind of
I
watched some of it and then couldn't
I
see also
also
because
think
it was
you
daytime.
were oh, no, I think you were studying for your test.
Yeah, so, like,
That
you
was
were
the
watching and I was
multitasking that was
studying and
happening.
then
Yeah,
okay.
but then I think, like, my father-in-law was also there probably. I think there's probably just a
Yeah.
lot happening. Yeah.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
rewatched it again.
I did. I did.
I just was like, I don't know if Sarah even, like, really, because I don't even remember, did we talk about it that much? I don't remember. It's, like, all
No,
blending
we did
together,
not.
which
Mm-mm,
seems
because we
weird.
'cause we switched everything about what we were doing immediately after that visit.
That's right. We were
Yeah.
maybe this Scream 5 was the catalyst.
Maybe that's
We
what
were like,
brought
"We
us
need a
Haunted
podcast."
Homebodies.
It could have been because 'cause we're like, "Oh, we can definitely talk about
Yeah.
Scream in our podcast, but, like, we wanna maybe talk about the new Scream, and how are we gonna fit that into our, like, our
Yeah.
nostalgic millennial movie podcast?" Okay, so
Mhm,
Scream 5,
mhm.
everyone can thank for
Love it.
the
You're
current rendition of
welcome.
Haunted Homebodies.
Yes.
Um, so I've seen this movie, of course, when it came out in theaters. I was living in Portland, Maine. This was my second out of 3 times living in Maine, because we're all getting to know me really well and how erratic I am. Um, I think that this movie may have been one of the first times I went to the movies alone and took myself on, like, a little solo movie
Ooh.
date. Yeah, and so it was 2022, so we were still, like, kind of, like, just coming out of our caves, you know? Like, I
Mhm,
remember still being
mhm.
okay, I think I, like, had a mask on, like, I think I was, like,
Oh,
putting my
yeah.
milk duds, like, into the mask, or, like, so, like, trying to, like, catch it or whatever. And I went to go see it probably, like, opening weekend, and I was sitting in, the theaters with, like, a couple kind of to the front of me and to the right, and they were so annoying.
Oh,
Like, we've talked
no.
about how much we love going to the movies and how relaxing it is and how fun it is,
Mhm.
it can also be so fucking annoying. Like, they would
Yes.
not stop talking, and they would not stop
God.
scrolling on their phones, like, at full brightness, both of them,
Mm.
scrolling on Instagram, like, "Why are you here? Like, go
That is
home and
wild.
watch." This is, like, what your couch and TV were invented
Yes.
for, was to do
Yes.
this, and they just were like, I was, like, visibly annoyed, and I don't confront people, I'm not the person who's like, "Put away your
Mm,
phone."
mm,
I
mm.
wish sometimes, but they were just so annoying, so they kind of, like, put a damper on my experience, and I think I also had to
Yeah.
pee, which is, like, always an annoying movie thing
Oh,
when you're, like, trying
no.
to time it, and you're like, "Run! Go! I don't wanna miss it," and then, like, go back.
You don't wanna miss the 17th red herring in Scream.
Exactly, then how am I gonna put the pieces together? So I had to go see it a second time, poor me, wah, wah. So the second time I went to go see it in theaters. I went to this really cute indie theater that's in downtown Portland, and I was, like, all ready to go. I was like, this is gonna be great." It wasn't, like, the nice theater the first time I went to see it where it was new and has, like, the heated recliners and,
Oh, heated
the
recliners? Ooh,
Yes,
I haven't
girl.
experienced that yet.
Oh, yeah, so nice. So they got, like, the levels of heat, you get the full recline, you actually have, like,
Yeah.
walkways where you can still fit by people. No, this was, like, a teeny little theater, super uncomfortable, like, upright seats, but I was like, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna have a good time."
Yeah.
So I brought my snacks, I'm sitting there, and then there was this guy in the front row, also alone. I'm alone, no judgment there, but he is, like, talking to the characters as if they are, like, his in real life friends. Like, they're
Oh
doing
my
something on
god.
screen, and he is like, "Dewey, no, don't do that." So
I
I'm like,
cannot fathom doing that in a theater.
so I'm like, "Here we go again. Alright." So I guess this is
Oh.
just not gonna be my movie going experience, and then he did something that will forever live in my head as, like, one of the funniest moments, and it, like, totally made up for all of his
I'm so
pretty
ready for
obnoxious
this.
behavior. Okay. So I think it was the part in the movie where when, we know Ghostface is in the house with Wes. He's just killed
Yes.
Judy, and
Yes.
he's coming after Wes, but we don't know, like, when, and they do all of these, like, fake out, "Is he behind the
Oh
door?
my
Are we
god,
closing the fridge?" All
so
of the
many fake
cliches,
outs,
all of
yes.
the cliche, like, and then didn't do it. So then he finally, like, turns around, and he's just, like, standing there and, tries to stab Wes, and as he turns around and, like, it's like, the jump scare moment of seeing Ghostface, he jumped so hard. His popcorn went, like, up in the air. He was like, "Oh!" And it, like, flew up, like, I've never it was so as if he were, like, acting, It was the most genuine, like, actual I was like, "He that was a jump scare." Like, he jumped, like, the popcorn went flying, and then he was, like, laughing after, and I was laughing. I was like, "This is cinema, people. This is why we come to
That's
the movies."
amazing. I love
It
it. I
was
love
yeah.
him.
Yeah, he was, after that, I was like, "You're so cute, you're so fun."
All is
Yeah,
forgiven.
shut up, Dewey. Oh, but I mean, R.I.P. Dewey, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
R.I.P.
But yeah, lots of memories for me in Scream 5 because then, I watched it several times probably in between, and then I watched it with you. Oh, I did watch it also once on a plane, and I was like, "This seems, like, really aggressive to just be watching on a plane with children." But then I was like,
Yeah.
"Also, if I have to, like, hear your crying baby, don't get mad, everybody, like, I have a crying baby. If I
Yeah.
have to hear your crying
Yeah.
baby, then, like, you can deal with shielding your kids from my stabby screen, I
Yeah.
guess."
I wouldn't worry
I didn't
about
pick the
it.
movies to be on, what's
Yeah.
available to me, but here we are.
Totally.
So yeah, Scream 5, lots of memories, lots of good times. Tell me your thoughts, initial thoughts.
Initial thoughts. I'm not, like, enamored with this movie. I also have been watching a lot of Scream in a very short period of time. Um, it's, like, similar to Scream 4, it's, like, not actually, I think this is, like, the least campy Scream movie, which is
Yeah.
probably why it's not my top, but, like, Jenna Ortega's good, and Jack Quaid is phenomenal. Jack
Yes.
Quaid is my 2nd/3rd favorite villain after
Billions do. Stu is
Billy and
number 1.
Stu.
Is Billy number
Yeah,
2?
obviously.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes,
just making sure.
yes.
Just making sure
I
I
said
got
2
it.
slash 3 because I feel like they count as 1. But yes,
Yeah,
those
yeah, yeah.
those 2 are obviously my favorite, but then Jack Quaid. He's
Oh,
fantastic.
he's so good. The first note I had about Scream 5 is that the Inhaler is an unpaid actor
Okay,
in
so
this
there
movie.
are literally only 2 reasons why an inhaler ever shows up in a movie, ever.
Yeah.
One, and this is, like, more rare and really lazy storytelling, it could be used to try to show that someone's super, super dorky. That's it.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
second, which is also kind of lazy storytelling, is that it is telling us that something is going to go wrong related to the inhaler later in the movie.
Okay, fair. But I will say that I think the payoff and like the trickery of like him who ended up stealing the inhaler and being
Yeah,
responsible for that whole thing, I didn't
it
see
was
that
good.
coming. I really
Yes.
didn't
Oh, not
think
at all.
Jack Quaid was one of the killers. They went like so over the top to try to put us off the trail of that. And I watched it so closely this time, like to watch like every single time that they tried to like,
Mhm.
make us believe that it wasn't him. And I was they did a really good job of like I mean,
The
almost to
whole
the
the whole
point of it being
yeah.
hard to believe that he was like a quick change artist, like whipping the ghost face costume off pretty
The whole
good.
thing where he has, like, pretended not to see the stab movies and then is pretending to watch them
Yes.
all for the first time and pretending to read all of the
Yes.
forums for the first time, and when you rewatch it, it makes his performance even creepier.
It's so deranged. Him and Amber both because
Yes.
like
Yeah.
the though it's almost to the point of like maybe this is campy Sarah, like not being believable that they could be so deranged. It brought up the discussion we had in Scream 4 of like you don't like Amber was standing in the hospital room next to her close friend. They seem like best friends, right? A little closer than the rest of the group, who she had just
Oh, yeah.
stabbed a lot, like
Uh-huh.
so many times and brutally. And she's just standing next to her, being like, oh, the sister's back. What, like, you can, oh, like her
Mhm.
mom called for a whole 10 minutes because she doesn't even care. I'm like, bitch, you just stabbed her. Like, I
Yeah.
tried to kill
It's
her.
true. It's true, and Mikey Madsen is really good in this too,
Yeah.
and this scene and her death scene is hysterical.
It's so funny. That is camp. If
Yes.
we don't think
That
that's
is.
campy, then that
Yeah.
like I don't know
Yeah.
what we
That
need.
is.
But I
I'll give us
understand.
that.
I understand that the overall kind of vibe of the film is more serious than most, which I do want to touch on later. But first, before we totally get to the end,
And
as is our
first, always
custom.
Ashley.
Right, right. I'm like, oh, when Ghostface is revealed and then is killed at the end, like that never happens in Scream. Spoiler alert. But this is a first time for the Scream franchise. We have an opening scene that does not result in a death.
Yes.
That was kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
it
Um,
was.
I guess I don't know. I'm having trouble remembering like kind of even clocking that like in the theaters like oh they just go to the hospital room and I was like oh she's okay and I don't know I guess I think maybe just because like previews ruin this stuff like I just knew Jenny Ortega was
Mm,
like one of the stars so I know that that was like a ploy that they did with Drew Barrymore in the first one
yeah.
and tried to make it seem like she was in the rest of the movie but I don't think I fell for that again I wasn't like
Mm,
oh she
mm.
survived I was like
And it
yeah she
was such
survived.
a, like, there are parts of it where it was kinda like a shot for shot recreation of Drew.
Yes. Very
Mhm.
much so. And that's something that this because it's a requel, right? It's a
Yes,
requel. It's not a
yes.
sequel anymore. We're doing a requel. So this Scream is much more in line with the entire plot and shots and everything, including the
Yeah,
love interest being one of the killers in um from the original Scream. So that's kind of like
it's
a
true.
I think a good and a bad. It like kind of makes for fun Easter eggs, but also is like, yeah, we've seen this before and it was better.
Yeah.
you
I mean,
know?
I did get, like, a kick out of the fact that it was Randy's niece who then was the one telling them all what was going to happen, but also, like, I don't know, it's, like, a little much.
The family I did put a note about that. The family, like everyone is someone's niece, nephew. Like,
Yeah.
now we are introduced to the Carpenter sisters, and Sam is like Billy Loomis's like bastard child.
Okay, are we ready to talk about that now, or are we talking about it later?
No, we can talk about that now. We can talk, yeah, let's just talk about kind of the new characters that we're introduced to and we're supposed to be getting invested
Okay.
in.
Okay.
So so
Yeah.
the Carpenter sisters, go for it.
Yeah.
Hit me. You
Well,
have thoughts.
I want to talk about Billy more than I want to talk about the carpenter. I don't really
CGI
have thoughts about
Billy?
the Yeah. So like Ski Ulrich is great. He was great
Yeah.
as Billy. It was super weird that he was supposed to be like a good guy ghost character thing here. Like that was very off-putting to me.
I did not get it. One, it was weird because we're bringing in like a paranormal element, but also trying to pose it like a mental illness. Like she has
Yeah.
psychosis and is taking medications and like maybe has a real mental illness. I don't know. Like
But
maybe
also
has
it's her superpower
right.
that
Because
she's
then
related to a serial killer.
right. So it's like has her questioning, oh, am I like what like do I have these dark thoughts for a reason? Am I also a psychopath? But then and I feel like it kind of is like, okay, we could deal with that and be like mental illness representation. I don't know if it was done the best, but we're trying something
Yeah.
here. Okay.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he's like ghost Billy, like telling her where the knife is and like being like, you can, I don't know. I didn't like that was like where it really lost
Yeah.
me was all the way at the end where I'm like, now he has the power. He's like literally like a ghost being like, the knife is there, girl. Go get
Yeah.
him, cut him up. Whereas before he's just more like a rah-rah, like let's kill him cheerleader. Which I think
Yeah.
makes more sense with the like it's just hallucination and dark like intrusive thoughts, that kind of vibe, and it's manifesting as this
But
like
it
very dark secret.
but there was never intrusive thoughts about anything besides exactly what we wanted the character to do. There was never
Yeah.
like there could have been this like strangely nuanced for Scream way of like dealing with the fact that like she does have these darker thoughts and she worry like darker
Yeah.
thoughts that are actually bad and she worries they come from Billy, but instead she's just worrying about the fact that maybe she could have those thoughts someday, but then the only time she has those thoughts are about killing really bad people who have hurt her and her friends.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I think that this installment does something that could have been interesting, but not Scream. Like, what you're describing is,
Yeah,
like, what
it's
they're
too
making fun
much.
of is which is elevated horror. They're calling it elevated
It's
horror,
true.
and they're making fun of it and being like, it needs to have these psychological layers and depth and kind of make sense. And, like, that's fine as, like, its own separate thing, but it's also not Scream, and they're, like, kind of going out of their
Yeah.
way. But then in this installment, they're also doing these elements. Like, they have all of these serious scenes that I wanna I wanna talk about. Like, I have a couple examples later where it's, like, kind of emotional, and I'm like, "What are you doing to me?" Like, I'm here to have
Yeah,
a fun
yeah.
time. So, yeah, I think that that whole choice, I just thought it was weird. It didn't really work for me. It didn't, like, ruin it for me, but I also was like, "Could we have done this a different way?" I think even
Mhm.
just introducing that Billy was her father would have given us enough of that, like, "Oh, like, what does that mean? Like, is there, like, a nature versus nurture
Yes.
thing?" Like, we could have, like, put that together,
Yes.
but and, like, there could have been I don't know, like, I don't really love flashbacks, but, like, I appreciate we both appreciated having Skeet there, but, like, could we have done this a
Yeah.
different way
Yes.
without him being this, like, goofy, ghosty Skeet? I
Like,
don't know.
protagonist character.
Yes! We were,
Like,
like, rooting for
ugh,
her and
it's
therefore
so
rooting for him, and it
icky.
I know. That was weird that we were, like, kind of like, "Yeah, like, good, get
Yeah.
him." Because that's what we
Yeah.
want, and that's, like, the final girl
Yeah.
energy is it's like that's the satisfying payoff at the end, but it was weird. It was
Yeah.
messy. It
Yeah.
was messy.
Yeah.
I didn't like that, but what did you think about, the twins?
I feel like the twins were the second best part to
Yeah.
Jack Quaid being the first best part.
I
They
think
were
they're cute.
fun.
I think they're fun.
Yeah.
I think that like Mindy is great kind of from the get. And then why am I blanking on Chad? Chad.
Chad.
Alpha dog Chad. He has the most alpha
Yes.
dog name. And I think he is a little bit of the like annoying jock character, and this one that seems very one note, but like since I've seen Scream 6, they like really go places with his character and like make
Oh,
him like a
fun.
redeemable jock. Yeah, so like get
Love
excited for
it.
that. And so like now you can see glimmers of that in this one. And I think he still
Yeah.
is like not a total like through and through just like stereotypical jock jerkhead. He's like kind of funny. They're cute little sibling
Yes.
dynamics. Yeah, I like them.
Yeah,
They're a good
also,
addition.
Mindy is also in Yellow Jackets,
Oh,
which is
right.
a show I love that has totally gone off the rails for the record, but I will watch until
Mm.
it is finished.
I watched one episode. Too dark for me.
Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah.
not cozy. It's not
No,
cozy.
not
See, I
cozy.
think I think in our non-podcast lives, I go darker when I watch horror.
It's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I go, I think, scarier. Would that be,
Interesting.
you know what I mean? Like more like The Conjuring or Insidious,
Oh,
like that
yeah, I
kind
don't want
of, you know
those.
what I
No,
mean?
thank you. Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
enjoy
yeah.
those. But
Mm-mm,
you're more
not
like
for
the
me.
darker, like psychological, yeah,
Yeah.
really intense. Yeah, no, I don't do that.
Yeah.
I remember just
Okay.
like in the first episode, one of the girls just watching a mouse drown, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't want to be here
Well,
anymore.
that's, like, the least bad thing that happens in that show, like, by
I
far.
well,
It
animal
gets
stuff
so
really.
dark.
Oh, yeah, no, see, it was well, foreshadowing, right? I was harbinged by the mouse, and I was like, "It's not gonna get better from here. I gotta get out.
Yeah.
I gotta get
Yeah,
out."
no, that's
No
fair. That's
regrets,
fair.
no
The
regrets.
actress who plays Mindy, who I don't know her name at all, is phenomenal in it, though. I love her.
She's great.
She's
I think
great.
she's a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we already got into everyone being related to everyone. We both did
Yeah.
appreciate the Randy Meeks shrine in the twins' house.
That was very funny.
That
Yes.
was fun. Um, I also wanna say that I think in this movie, something I really enjoyed was like Dewey being back. Like he's having a hard time in this movie. He is going through it, but I felt like his charm was back. He wasn't just like a buffoon. He was actually like
Yeah.
contributing to the discussion. He was like making a lot of sense. He wasn't just being toxic. He was being like cute and silly again, where he was being like a goof, not just like a butthead like he wasn't
I would
Scream
agree.
4.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
really enjoyed him being back. Although it being like super sad, with like him and Gail being divorced. Like I kind of felt like
I
a lot of it
know.
was like very believable.
They were in, like, a really toxic relationship.
Right. And like I could totally
Yeah.
see her just being like, I've always been a career woman and like I'm
Yeah.
not actually gonna give it up for love. Like I get my big break moment and I'm gonna take it. Like I'd love for you to come with me, but
Mhm.
like kind of take it or leave it. And then he was like, I don't want to be in New York City. I need to
Yeah. I can't
leave and then
imagine Dewey
leaving.
in New York City. There's no way.
Cannot, right? I can
Yeah.
imagine him being like, "Oh, I love Gail, I have to go try." And then I could
Yeah.
totally see him, like, slipping out in the night. So, like, they
Yep.
had, like, a couple
Yeah.
heartfelt moments. It felt, like, much more genuine. It felt more realistic, and I just really, like, thought his character was, like, so cute and sweet.
Yeah.
Um, I thought Gail was fine in this, installment. Obviously, she has a tough road too, and Sid
Yeah.
wasn't as much in it, but I felt like she was kinda back too, like, she's just, like, chill, badass, like, no nonsense, you know, like, all the things
Mhm.
that, like, in Scream 4, I was like, "What are we doing with these legacy characters?" They
Yes.
kinda, like, brought it back down to earth, and we're like, "Okay,
I agree,
let's
and they didn't
ground it."
overuse them, which I think was good, like, they focused
Yeah.
on the new character.
Okay, so here we get to the part of the episode that you're really gonna enjoy. We get to shit on this movie a little bit. So we
Sorry,
talked
that's who
about
I am as a person.
I just knew I could feel it coming from you, but that's okay. I think it's deserved in some ways. It's got some good stuff, it's got some bad stuff. So we talked about the questionable CGI Billy Loomis paranormal elements that are
Yeah.
introduced. We also have several more hospital horror scenes that are
Yeah, we just went right back.
so much. Like we just did it in Scream 4 and then we're like, "You know what?
Yeah.
That was kind of fun and silly. Let's do it
Yeah.
again and make it like even more absurd." Which I will say, I still genuinely enjoy the hospital scenes. I always do. I think just like maybe as a healthcare girly,
Mm, mhm,
but also
mhm.
like I don't know. I just think there's something fun about them. I thought the scenes were pretty well done, but they're so ridiculous. So ridiculous. There is not one nurse tending to this gravely injured girl throughout the entire film. No
I know.
doctors, no
I
one who
know.
works at this hospital.
like, the thing about a hospital is you're, like, literally never alone.
Never.
There's
It's
always
so
people
loud,
nearby or
so
right
many
there or
lights,
constantly bothering you.
constantly,
Yeah, and
constantly,
then
and
the
then
the private floor
the
thing,
private
like,
floor.
no. We're
W
okay, first of all, for security purposes, tell me how that makes sense.
For financial purposes, tell me how that makes sense. For staffing
It's not
purposes, tell me how that
right.
makes sense.
Right,
There is
because when
no
you're in a hospital,
scenario.
these people need to be able to get to you quickly, and so
Yes. There's
there's,
nothing
like, a
about a
whole floor
private floor.
system for this. I know, that
Yes.
was
I know,
wild.
that felt really lazy. I understand, like, if we have to have this be in a hospital, that is a tricky situation, but, like, it didn't have to be at a hospital, and, like, we could have come up with another scenario with, like, how to
We
get them
sure could
alone.
have. Yes.
Nobody
Indeed.
ever tries to explain these things. When Tara is attacked on the private floor, there because all of the other, or maybe just the one other cop who was protecting her goes because Judy and Wes have just been murdered. He's had his throat cut, but like he's the only one there. One cop
Yep.
to watch this girl, and like
Yep.
also Sam was all freaking out being like, who's watching my sister? That one cop.
Yeah.
Fail. But that part kind of got me this time where I was like, that guy was that
Yeah.
guy right there. That was a cop. That was
She was
the
like,
cop.
"I recognize a single face. There must be no one else at the
Who's
hospital."
watching my sister?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
very
pretty
absurd.
funny.
One thing I really did enjoy that I think you did as well is that after Tara is attacked and brutally murdered, and we know that Ghostface is now hunting down her friends and family, she chooses to watch like a creepy episode of Dawson's Creek alone at the
Yes.
hospital. That is
Yes.
precisely what I would do. I would be like, how about a little scary episode? I'd probably be watching Scream,
Well,
honestly.
I also love this because Dawson's Creek was written by Kevin Williamson,
It's
who
so
wrote,
meta.
the first several Scream movies. Not this one. He did not write this one.
So they're like giving him a little wink, wink.
Yeah,
This is
I think
also the first
so.
one without Wes Craven. So
Yeah, but they
that's a whole
named a
thing.
character Wes.
Wes, I know. And then I think at the very end, like before the end credits, this is like for Wes or something. Yeah, and
Yes. Mhm.
I think that that is a really hard thing to follow. You also could choose not to. Just a thought.
Sure.
You don't
Yeah.
have to make this movie. So take any
Yeah.
criticism that you get. But I do think it was like I think it was a respectable requel overall.
Agreed.
I'm not
Agreed.
done talking about it though.
I know.
I
I
know.
know. Keep it coming.
Uh, all right. So another thing that was kind of odd about this Scream is like we don't get a lot of killing. So like the
Interesting.
death count
Yeah.
just gets kind of ramped up. I think maybe in our bonus
Mhm.
episode, I'll have to look up the stats on like the numbers, the kill count for each one, and kind of
Mhm.
compare. But the lowest is the original Scream, and then I think this is the second lowest. But what I will
Mm.
say is that it doesn't have very many kills, but they are brutal.
They
Like
are absolutely brutal.
we have too much on screen stabby, stabby, stabby in this one. I
Yeah.
did not need to
Yeah.
see Deputy Judy, Sheriff Judy, get like repeatedly stabbed in broad daylight. I was like, this is
What about the
disturbing.
what about the knife through the face?
The
That's
knife
the
through the
worst one for
face
me.
was okay because that was
Ugh.
That was Richie. The like through the side of the neck was a tough one for Wes.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
yucky. Yeah, I mean, no,
Yeah.
the whole, like, her murdering Richie was, like, absolutely brutal. Almost to
Yeah.
the point of being, like, campy again. I think they, like, it just like,
Mhm.
I think I was, like, nervous giggling when she was, like, straddling him, stabbing him. I was like, "Oh, no. What do I do?
Uh,
Where do I put my hands? I don't know. I'm scared." And
Which
you're just,
seems
like, can't
fair.
process things. This is, like, my neurodivergence coming
Mhm.
out where I'm like, "I don't know. I need to, like, pet my hair or something. This is getting too intense."
This is why
But
I
yeah.
knit while I watch movies.
Yeah, that's
Highly
true. So then you have
recommend.
something to do with your hands.
Exactly.
Oh, man, at the movie theater, can you imagine knitting at the movie theater? That would be so funny. You would become a
Yes, I
meme.
absolutely can, and I feel like I will next time I go to see Scream. So I'm knitting
Please
socks
let us
right now,
know.
so, like, it's
Oh,
very compact. I won't bring the big blanket I'm knitting, that would be a
that would
scene,
be
but
so
I can
funny.
I can knit
This
some
is cute.
socks.
Report back if
Yeah,
you do that,
I
please,
will.
please, please, please.
Yeah.
All right. Now, do you have any other, criticism that you like to bring forth before we talk about some things that I liked?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I mean,
Okay.
I
I
have,
got
like,
peace.
some general thoughts about, like, how Sydney is living her life where, like, she's been directly targeted so many times, but then also, like, she chose to have kids because like, I want her to have that freedom, but, like, also, like, what's her security detail like? I don't know, it all makes me nervous.
Do you know, like, what Scream 7's about?
No!
Okay, so put a pin in that, I
Okay,
guess.
great.
The
So you're
other,
saying
like
this is something worth thinking about.
she has a teenage daughter, who is being that's like a whole, like,
Okay.
Scream it comes
This
too
is
close to
this is
home,
what
Scream
I'm
7.
saying.
Yeah, yeah. We'll find out what they do with that thought.
Okay, alright.
Okay, so I don't even know if this is a good transitional topic because I don't even know if this is something that I liked or like a challenge or a uniqueness, but something that we alluded to earlier that this installment does is am I boring you? That was the biggest yawn I've ever
So t
seen.
I'm so tired.
That's okay, I'm
So
just kidding.
tired.
I'm like, "Excuse me, ma'am, this is gripping,
It
gripping
is.
dialogue." Okay,
It's
so
the only thing keeping me awake.
oh, same. We were both, like, hanging on by a thread. So, something that, Scream 5 does that I don't think we really see in a lot of the other movies is it has these, like, super emotional scenes and then, like, these really, like, silly comedic campy moments, and it kinda, like,
Mhm.
smacks them together, almost like a la Practical Magic, like a very different thing, but it's like that, like,
Yeah.
"Oh, we're having fun and we're laughing," and then all of a sudden it's like, switch, murder, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of that, I'm just thinking of that now, but, so I wanna give a couple examples of this. So, I already mentioned, the Gale Dewey interactions, um, and okay, hold on. I gotta read my notes because I was flowing, but now I'm lost. Okay. Okay. So I think I've gathered at least my first thought. So I mentioned that I really like Gail and Dewey more in this. It feels like their relationship, like they're not together, and that's sad. But I think like realistic,
Mhm.
and we've talked about in Scream 4, like they're not a couple that really seemed like they probably should have been together. Like they were not bringing the best
Exactly.
out in each other. But also like we haven't talked about this explicitly yet, but like Dewey, we said R.I.P. Dewey, but like Dewey gets like brutally murdered here,
Yep.
and it's really heartbreaking one because he's like we love him, but also he dies in part like he's dies because he's going to like help save Tara, right? He doesn't have to be there, he could have just
Yep.
hung out in his trailer. And then also he's distracted because Gail is calling him on the phone, then he gets stabbed, and then he's like
Mhm.
bleeding out dying staring at her name on the phone, and it gave me this like huge like existential crisis of like what it would feel like to, like, feel yourself dying while staring at the phone, knowing of the person you love most and knowing you'll never talk to them
Whoa.
again.
Whoa.
Right?
Whoa.
Yes.
So, I that's a lot. That's a lot of emotion. I was more
Yeah.
like the man in the theater where I was like, "Dewey, no, don't do it, Dewey."
Well,
That's where I
yeah,
was
but
at
I watched this, like, 10
emotionally.
times, probably. I've probably
Yeah,
watched this movie 10
okay.
times. So that is
Yeah.
what I mean, and that's just also kind of, like, who I am as a person. I think of, like, the saddest, most intense emotional angle, which is why I can't watch the serious shows.
Yeah.
Like that I was like, "No,
Yeah,
this is
okay.
too sad." Um, but let me bring the mood back up by talking about the ongoing, like, evolution of the Ghostface voice and modulation and, like, what like, in the original, we it is explained to us that they have this little voice
Yeah.
modulator that they hold up, and whoever's holding it, they're on the phone. They have to be on the phone because, like, this is, like, the limitations of technology. Now
They
we're
could
in
clone phones,
2022.
but yes.
Yeah, whatever.
Which comes up again this movie, by the way.
Yeah. Still don't understand what that means,
Me
and
neither.
maybe never will. Don't really care to look it up, but, like, please don't clone my phone anymore. I'm, like,
Yeah.
kind of scared of it now, but anyway. In this one, I don't get it, but I loved it. Like, Amber is Ghostface, we know in this moment, because Richie's also being attacked. She is going to go talk, and she like pushes a button, and you hear something like so that she can talk, and with the
Yeah.
ghost face voice. And I don't even care how that would work. Like, I don't know what is going on. This is like some Iron Man shit going on. It's so high tech. Like, obviously her parents were rich. Like, she's just seemed like a deranged, like,
Yeah.
rich kid. But uh, so cool. I don't care. I loved it.
I am just thankful that the voice modulator that lets you sound like any other human being in the world, we just pretend didn't exist anymore after Scream 3. I'm glad we left it
Yeah,
there.
me too. I hope we don't bring that back for
Yeah.
Scream 7. Just
Yeah,
leave that
it's
in the
just
dust.
too mm-mm.
No, that didn't work. Also, like, we want Roger L. Jackson. We want him to be doing
Yes,
this voice.
exactly. Yes,
Like,
thank
that is
you.
as much part of the franchise as Sydney. That would be just, yeah,
Yeah,
we can't have it without him.
agreed.
So another example of this that I wanna talk about with, like, the emotional to, like, funny back and forth thing was the whole scene. So, like, tell me your thoughts now. I was kind of alluding to, like, liking Judy Hicks in Scream 4, and you're like, "What do you mean?" And then she's,
God,
like,
I
pretty
hated her
annoying.
so much.
Yeah, in this one too?
I think that my hatred of her in Scream 4 was too fresh.
Okay. So you
So,
hadn't come
like,
down
I
off of
definitely
that.
hated her less, but I did not like her.
Yeah, I mean, she still is, like, super annoying, like, in herself in this. I think she's still
I
just, like,
think it
a
was, like,
kinda goody
purely just it was
two-shoes.
leftover feelings. It was
Okay.
I just couldn't let go.
Well, that's fair. I had 11 years, so
She tried to break up Dewey and Gale, okay? Which, like, we have agreed they should
that is,
break
like, a
up, but there
public
was
service. That was
still
an
yeah.
act of public service, Sarah. Maybe they could have, like, rekindled by the time that this one came out. Who knows? Anyway. I don't think her and her lemon squares really had a chance against Gale, but
No,
I'll just
obviously
leave that
not.
there. So
Yes.
she is now the sheriff, which was, like, really funny for the town of Woodsboro that we
Yes.
went from Dewey to Judy, like, just wow. That's some strong
Where
police work.
I just feel like they would have brought in, like, some serious heavy hitters from, like, big cities to control the rampant, terrible crime that keeps
Yeah,
happening in this town.
right. Well, technically, it was the first one, and that was it. This is the only the,
Okay,
third
alright, that's
time?
fair.
So every, like, 11 years or so, it's, like, 20 years and then 11 years, it's, like, it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Definitely don't seem like neither of them seemed really up to the task. But what I want to talk about is the whole montage where she comes home. She's like ordering sushi. Her and Wes have like a really funny little
Yeah.
interaction where he has his like taser and like she has like the knife, and like they seem so cute as like she's like clearly seems like a single
Yes.
mom. I loved the West character in this movie. She goes to pick up the sushi, then he's like sees the note. He's like setting up like all the
I
plates and stuff for dinner. Sees like
know.
the note about lemon squares in the fridge. Their house is so cute.
Oh
I'm
my god,
obsessed
I
with
would
the
love
house.
that house.
It is amazing. Like this whole thing is
Yes.
just like so cute. It like took me a
Yeah.
minute and then I was like, "Oh my god, I'm watching a slasher movie and these people are about to die." And I was like, "Shit." Like I'm starting to care about them and like why are you doing this to me? Like these are like clearly disposable
Mhm.
characters and like we did not like Judy in Scream 4. Like she's pretty annoying. Like I think she's a good character
They
but like
didn't
meant to not be liked.
the other Scream movies really had a lot of disposable characters they killed. They didn't do that here.
Yeah. I
They
mean
didn't
I
kill
mean
randos.
There's still like, I mean, but West should have been kind of a rando, and Judy's, like, not that big of
Yeah.
a character, so, like, they didn't need to make us invested
Yeah.
in them. They didn't that he
Yeah.
didn't need to be her son, like, they kind of do this whole
Yeah.
thing, but then but then Judy is talking to Ghostface, I don't know why, but, like, obviously everyone can already tell that the way that he says Sheriff Judy on the phone, like, why are you saying it like that? But it made me laugh, and then he asked her what her favorite scary movie is, and she's like, I prefer musicals and animated
Yeah.
films or something. It's so
Yes.
dumb, and I just, like, really, really
Yeah.
enjoyed that. But it's, like, this back and forth between, like, you're making me care about some of these characters and, like, making me sad because I was, like, really sad when she's, like, running home like, back to the house screaming, like, thinking her son is being murdered. Then she's stabbed to death, and then we know he's stabbed, and then it's just very sad. I'm not
It
here to be
is.
sad.
It is. Agreed.
But anyway, we're not that sad because we've got Jack Quaid as Richie.
He's so good. He's so
He's
good.
so funny. He had so many one-liners in this that I think I don't know, it was just like my kind of humor, I guess. Just he was cracking me up. Um, and also what you were saying about, like, the whole thing with him, like, pretending that he had never he's a like, stab franchise fanatic to the point that he is brutally
Yes.
murdering his girlfriend and everyone she knows in order to
To
create
the point that he moved to a different city to lure
seduce her.
this girl. Yes.
Also, how does he have that much I'm gonna use another term the kids are using. How does he have that much riz that he is just like this little stab franchise nerd and he's just moving and like pulling a Sam Carpenter?
Jack Quaid just has Riz. He just
Apparently. He's
does.
also like a secret like when he it's always so fun to watch when the characters flip from being like no, like I'm secretly Ghostface to I'm Ghostface. Like and he has this like little like giggle and like he's so icky
I
after. He's
know.
so icky. But I think that another unique point about this one is that we don't get any like mask pull off reveals for Ghostface. We get
Hmm.
Amber shooting Liv in the head
Yeah,
abruptly,
that was.
blasting her
Yeah.
brains on the wall. That was a lot for
Yeah.
me. And
Mhm.
then we get Richie stabbing Sam. That one I was like,
Yeah.
"No!" I kind of like felt it coming at that point because I was like, we're just running out of bodies, at this
Yeah.
point. So
Yeah.
kind of felt like it was him. But leading up to that is one of my favorite scenes of the whole movie. We have Sydney coming in and she's like trying to clear the house, right? She's like kind of taken
Yeah.
some degree of control. She's like
Mhm.
yelling, if anyone's out here ghost face or not, come out now, or like I'm gonna start shooting. She's shooting all the closets. Ghostface calls her and she
Yeah.
basically like hangs up on him. She says like I'm bored and here just Ghostface being like, wait, and
Yeah.
it's so
That was
funny.
great.
I love
Yeah.
that. And then she
Yeah.
shoots another closet and shoots Richie in the leg. He's hiding in the closet. And
Yeah.
she opens the door and is like, "What are you doing in there?" And he's like, "Hiding from murderers or something." It's so good. And then he has another line. What is it? Because then she tells him to come out and then the other Ghostface Amber now back in costume
Mhm.
jumps out and he says holy shit it's Ghostface. And it's just like he's just having so much fun directing his little
Yeah.
movie. He plays the part so
Mhm.
well. It's like
It's
he
true.
would have to be like the peak psychopath to pull this off, like top
Oh,
tier
he was.
comedic psychopath, like, so
Yes.
good at his
Yeah.
job at being a secret psycho. Loved him.
He was. He's so good. He is my favorite nepo baby. I think he's kind of a scream queen, except he's not usually the one screaming, but I think he's in
Yeah.
enough horror films now. We can call him a scream queen. I love him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great in this. I like him and Amber. I don't like are they a couple, I guess? They're, like,
Yeah,
together?
yeah.
This is, like, another
Yeah,
kinda
they do
Scream 4
establish
vibe,
that.
it seemed
Yeah.
like, and I was like, I don't know that we had to do that," and that was, like, kinda weird
Yeah.
and just felt like another layer of creepy. And then, like, the whole motive in this is what happens a lot with the Scream movies for me, is we get to the reveal and I'm like, "Ooh, fun," and then they explain themselves and I'm like, "I don't know, though." Like, toxic fandom, we met on a message boards radicalized me, enough to, like,
I agree.
murder a whole town, to all the
Yeah.
townsfolk brutally. I don't
Yeah.
know. I guess, like, when you're living in this fantasy world of slashers where there are just, like, these ridiculous, like, all of a sudden I just killed my whole friend group moments, like, it is just it brings you, like, into that camp kind of automatically, the campiness, I mean, because it's like, none of this really makes sense anyway, so I guess the
It
motive
does
can't make
not.
too much logic because
Feel like maybe they should stop trying to make them logical.
yeah, maybe, yeah, trying to, like, really
Maybe we should
explain
have a
it.
ghost face with no motive at some point.
Which that was Stu, kind of. I guess his motive was, like, maybe
That's
his love
true.
for Billy.
Dude's my favorite.
Yeah. Which was yeah, that I think,
Yeah.
like, the motives in the first one work really well, like, and I
Yeah.
think it was fun how Stu just thought they both were just, like, little psycho killers, and Billy
Mhm.
was like, "No, no, I have, like, a really intense and, like, appropriate, like, a make sense motive for the
Yeah.
situation for,
I
like,
mean,
w
like,
how that."
extreme, but sure, yeah.
Oh, totally, but you can, like, we've
Yeah.
heard that story before. Like, that is
Yeah.
what a psycho would use as a motive, being like, "I'm
It's
doing
true.
these people deserve it." It's a like, you know what I
Yes.
mean? Or they think
Yeah.
that they deserve what's coming because of what they did, you know?
But Billy's a
Yucky.
good ghost who helps his daughter now.
Apparently, he's a pretty good guy. He's a pretty good dad. Yeah. That's what we
Ghost dad.
conclude at the end. Yeah, he's a good ghost dad beyond the grave, you know? That's what they say when we cross over, that we become the purest versions of our soul. So all of the wrong choices we made in this life immediately go poof, and then we're this like elevated cosmic version of ourselves. And that was Billy. His elevated cosmic version is like cut
That
the throats of but only the bad
it's
guys.
the only explanation. They even let him be, like, charming. It's anyway,
It is weird.
we've already covered this.
I know, I know. It's hard to get past, I get it. I think I've, ranted and raved about this movie enough. Do you have any other closing thoughts?
Well, just because we are talking about the end, I only briefly brought up how great Amber's death scene is, but just to replay it
Yes.
for us. So,
Mhm.
for some completely unexplained and unknown reason, there is a giant jug, glass jug or ceramic jug of hand sanitizer in the
Yeah,
kitchen. So let
yeah.
us start there. All
COVID?
right.
I don't know. Rich people having
Maybe.
COVID? I don't know.
I've just never seen a hand sanitizer in that large a container outside of a healthcare facility, and it's usually in plastic. Anyway, or in the bathroom. Anyway, it's there. It's next to the
Yeah,
stove
it's
in the
happening.
kitchen.
Yep,
And,
very flammable.
I
Good
believe it
choice.
is Sydney who is lucky enough to choose that to throw at her face, and then that is my favorite line in the entire movie when Amber goes, "Is that fucking hand sanitizer?"
Yeah.
Because
Her
otherwise
whole
the audience would never have
never
known that there
know.
was something flammable on her face then,
Right.
and
Well,
then
we would
they
have just assumed it was
battle.
alcohol, like
Right, why
a
was it
bottle of
not just
booze.
vodka,
Vodka.
actually?
Well, because is this
That
a
would have
whole are we gonna go back to the Final Destination when we're like, "Well, the ethanol count isn't high enough." Like, is
right?
the ethanol level in hand sanitizer high enough? I don't know, apparently.
But that was still my favorite line because it was the most unnecessary yet necessary line. That is my absolute favorite line. Unnecessary and necessary at the same time. And then they battle
Agreed.
some
It's a good one.
more, and then she falls into the stove, which it's a gas stove, and she hits the knob and it turns on, which is hilarious because do you know how hard it is to turn on my gas
You
stove?
have to, like,
It takes me
push and
like
shoot.
15 tries every time.
You're like, "Tick, tick, 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 tick." It always scares me, and then all of a sudden it's like, "Whoop," and I'm like, "Oh
Yeah.
god, that's a jump scare."
Well,
Yeah.
it woofed her real bad, and then her
It
whole
did woof
face and
her.
whole self caught on fire because of the hand sanitizer, and I loved everything about that death. It was a great
Ugh,
one.
she's so unhinged, like, because before that too, she
Yes.
says something about it's time to pass the torch, and then after that, I don't remember if it's Sydney or Gail who says, "How's
Oh,
that torch?" as she's, like, cooking.
I missed
Yeah.
that.
No, they have some
Still the hand
great
sanitizer.
yeah, no, that's a good one, but they have some great back and forth where Amber's, like, showing how unhinged she is, being like, "I'm gonna f" like, just swearing, calling them, like, horrible names, saying that,
Yeah.
like, Dewey died like a pussy, and then, like, when they get the upper hand, she's like, I'm sorry, I was radicalized by the message boards, please don't" and they're like she does it twice, like,
I
"Bitch,
know, it's
what?"
really funny.
You think they're gonna spare you? Like, they're just such
Yeah,
good people, they're gonna be like, "No, it's cool."
they're
I did
they're smarter
actually
than that.
it reminds me of the line when, Gail and Sydney are trying to talk Sam into staying and being like, "You can't run from this, like, we've gotta deal with this,
Mhm.
they'll find you, blah de blah." And Sam is like, "So you want me to help you," like, talking to Sydney, "help you and the host of a morning show go commit murder?" And they're both like, "Yeah." Yeah.
You're like,
Like,
"It's your
alright. I
destiny
love when they
now,
just, like, lay things
lady."
out like that. You're like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah, like, we're
great.
gonna go commit murder, but it's vigilante good girl murder, it's final girl shit.
Yeah, and your serial killer dad is really supportive of it too, so everybody feels good about it. It's great.
Everyone just is, like, happy with their family, the twins both survive after both being, like, horribly attacked, mostly Chad, he
Yeah.
gets the brunt of it, he's, like, barely
Yeah,
spared.
yeah.
Uh, that was a stretch. I think she gets stabbed once and then Sam kind of
Oh, is
intervenes.
Mindy our first
Um
LGBT character
I think,
in
like,
the
who's
whole Scream
out?
franchise?
I
Yeah.
mean, Billy and Stu, some might say,
Yeah. Stu, yeah,
are the
yeah.
OG. Yeah.
Yes, it's
Um,
true.
but yes, I think possibly, like, I think explicitly stated, yeah, and she's a
Yeah,
great one.
I know, yeah, and it's not but they don't throw it in your face in any way to be like, "Look at us virtue signaling."
Right. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
good. I mean, everyone says, like, about the requels and, like, this whole era of, like, making movies that it's so woke. I'm like, "Yeah, just having, like, normal people doing normal things is so woke." Like, "Shut
It's
up,
so weird,
dummy."
so
Yeah,
weird.
yeah. So weird when people are just living their lives getting chopped to
Mhm.
bits by Ghostface. No one's safe.
Oh, it's true though.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, well, you had some cozy points
Did I?
to give out for this movie.
Did I have closing thoughts? Well, look at
Oh,
me.
you said had some cozy points.
I had cozy points at
Yeah,
the end there.
yeah.
Thought there were some real cozy moments, some fun settings, a lot of humor, pulling of the heartstrings that are returned to form. Wow, I wrote like a closing. This
You
is like a five
did.
paragraph essay where I'm like, I enjoyed the closing stuff and the closing form. I don't know. Did I have it? I don't think I really had anything else that was worth saying.
Okay, that's great. I will
Did
just
I?
agree with that statement that I do like when the movies are in Woodsboro. That's the
Yeah.
coziest feeling for me. Yeah.
Woodsboro is pretty
Yeah.
cozy, and also, like, being at Stu Macher's house again was
Yes.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some really cozy houses in this one. I'll give
Yes.
it I even
Absolutely.
thought Dewey's sad depression trailer was kinda cozy, is that weird?
It was kinda cozy. I
He was
agree with
having, like,
that.
coffee, watching Gale, it was, like, as far as, like, baby depression depression chic is
Yeah.
depression cozy. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's something about trailer parks that are cozy to me.
Yeah. Okay. That's great.
You're like, "Sure." I don't know. Maybe there's just something simple about his life. He just like got up, had his coffee and was watching his long
It
lost
felt
love on the TV.
right for him, I think.
Yeah.
Like, in, like, a
Yeah.
very, like,
Rather than being
content
in like a
way.
fancy
Yeah.
place. Yeah.
He's just
More
like
like
he's a bare
authentic than
bones
being in New
kinda
York City.
guy.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
simple
Yeah.
man. I'm
Yeah.
really into the simple pleasures lately,
Yeah.
you know? I just want a cozy
Oh,
cup of
same.
coffee and a warm blanket and to not have to do so much stuff.
I wanna do less stuff overall.
I wanna do less things, I wanna have less to do, I wanna have less to clean, I wanna have less stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Less stuff
That's
in
about it.
2026. Go analog and throw
Yeah.
out all your crap, but or recycle it, donate it, do it responsibly.
Yeah,
Anyway,
don't throw
what
it
are we
out.
talking about next
I
week?
don't know. Next week, This is going to be a really big surprise, but we're talking about Scream 6.
No way! Scream 6. The last one of the movies that are out in the franchise before we go to the movies and see Scream 7, which I'm so excited about. We'll see what happens to Sydney's daughter and if she's cool. If they ruin the franchise, can they ruin the franchise? Is it going to be great? Is it going to be terrible? We don't know. Anyway, we're not talking about that yet. We're going to talk about Scream 6 first.
Yes.
We're off to New York City, baby.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that.
New York City /
setting
filmed in Toronto. I actually enjoyed it. People were all really mad, being like, it wasn't actually filmed in New York City, and we could tell. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
It's not real. This is not a documentary. Get over yourself. It's not a documentary.
We gotta go, man. We gotta go.
We are done, son. All right, we'll see you next week for Scream 6. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to another episode of Haunted Homebodies. Make sure you like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
And remember, when in doubt, just stay home.